they can find out that the H-Pylori is available in your stomach or not. Say you can call it as an infection, stomach infection. You have liver flora, pancreatic flora, spleen flora, brain flora, lung flora, heart flora, and all that. The second largest, highest microbiome is found in the skin. Now, this is what you have to understand. Now, in my books, how H. pylori is coming is because of eating outside. You put all this and cook and get it down. You are not going to add anything on your own as a chef. So now here all the masalas are correct? The same thing when you cook, when I cook, the taste varies. You do have specific antibiotics for it nowadays, which you can get your H. pylori cleared. Always in modern science, we have an advantage when the pathogen is found.
Welcome to Dr. C.K.Nandagopalan's YouTube channel. I'm your host Susan. In today's episode, we have picked the questions from the comment session asked by our viewers. These questions will be answered by our Dr. CKN, a renowned scientist, psychologist, and the innovator of Nannir. Hello, Doctor.
Hi.
Doctor, our viewers have asked many questions. So in this episode, we are going to talk about H. pylori. I don't have any idea about what it is. Please explain to us, Doctor.
H. pylori is a stomach problem. H. pylori is the word given for particular microorganisms, okay, which gives you gastro problems. Okay. That's that microorganism when it gets inside your stomach. So they have a specific test for it. They can find out that the H. pylori is available in your stomach or not. Say you can call it as an infection, stomach infection. It will not cause you fever. It will give you a lot of gastro problems, digestive problems.
So you mean to say it's a bad bacteria?
Yeah, it is a pathogen which is acquired from outside. Now, how H. pylori comes is a very difficult scenario for the modern scientific world to understand. H. pylori normally comes for those people who frequently eat outside. Outside food, maybe you call it as restaurant food, hotel food, constantly eating in other houses.
Street foods?
No, food made by outside. Okay. Now, we have fairly no idea about our microbiome of our body. That is, the second largest microbiome is available in your skin. It's called skin flora for every human being.
Skin flora?
Flora means the microorganisms built inside our body. Okay. Another word for it is flora. The gut flora, they say, no? Gut flora is many types of lactobacillus bacteria inside the stomach. So the highest microbiome is found in the gastro system, that is from the dental to the anus. Okay. Every organ, otherwise they have their own floras. You have liver flora, pancreatic flora, spleen flora, brain flora, lung flora, heart flora, and all that. The second largest, highest microbiome is found in the skin. Okay. Now, this is what you have to understand. Now, in my books, how H. pylori is coming is because of eating outside. So, when you eat at home, the people inside the house cook, right?
Yes.
So they use their hands.
Yeah.
Why they are asking us traditionally to eat with our own hands, not by using spoon and fork? It's because when you eat, some amount of your skin flora should go inside. Okay. So as you pick up your food and eat, the flora goes in, right? Yeah. These microorganisms are microscopic, you can't see. That you know. So now, when normally people cook at home, so we are used to that cooking. First, when the child is born, it is the mother's cooking, right? So that microorganism matches. Then, when it comes to the question of married life, your wife or somebody cooks, right? So that you will get used to it. Because they are using their hands for cooking, cutting vegetables and mixing things and all that. So the microbes gets transferred to the food while serving and all that. You know this amoebiasis problem? Which is an intestinal problem. That normally gets transmitted from the nails of people. So those who eat in the hotel very often, you know, they get into this because they come and serve you water, food and all that. From their hands it gets transferred to the food and it goes in. Okay. This much you can understand. The same thing H. pylori. So what happens now, when we are used to the kith and kin cooking, we are used to that. It doesn't harm us. Now another point here what you have to understand is, when somebody cooks, it is very tasty. You would have seen that. When somebody cooks, it will not be that tasty. Okay? So they call it as she's got a magic hand, her cooking is always tasty and all that. That is because of your microbes of the skin. Yeah. So when somebody known to you cooking.
Not because of the right amount of masala?
Now, if I have to give you the, say for example, we measure things in cooking, commercial cooking, they have methodologies, you know. Say even hotels follow it, big caterers follow it. How they follow it is, say in a hotel, they want to make 5 kilos of aloo masala. So 5 kilos of aloo is boiled and cut and kept. They know so much of onion, so much of tomato, so much of salt, so much of oil. Every ingredient is measured for this 5 kgs. You put all this and cook and get it down. You are not going to add anything on your own as a chef. So now here all the masalas are correct? The same thing when you cook, when I cook, the taste varies. That's where the human touch comes. Right? You may say that, this 5 kg of aloo masala is going to be cooked by 2 chefs. Everything is measured exactly and kept. So much of salt only. Correct amount of salt. If you put that, the salt will be fine. Like that, every ingredient is measured and kept. When you cook and I cook, it varies. If now, the second methodology is, if I am going to cook and you're going to cook without our hands touching it. You got it? We're going to use only equipments. We are not going to touch any of these ingredients with our fingers. Still, the taste varies. How? Guess what? Still that human touch is there. Human touch means not the direct touch. I wish you understand this. The human vibration. Okay. Now, when we go and eat very often in hotels, very often in restaurants, very often food which is made by outsiders, what happens here is, so much of different type of people, microorganisms, gets transferred to the food and the food is taken. Okay. You may think as I cook, all the microorganisms are dead. No, they will die, but they're still dormant, they'll come back. For example, if you boil a milk, now easily you're going to kill all the microbes, right? And the milk gets cooled, what happens? It again comes back. Within no time the milk gets spoiled. Biodegradability is always because of the microbes are getting, they're breeding themselves very fast back again inside. So this H. pylori is one which in my books, humanly transferred. When you go into different types of food, one day you eat in this hotel, the afternoon you eat lunch somewhere else. in a office you may eat your dinner. It's all cooked by different people, right?
Yes.
So this is what is the one which normally comes to people landing up with this H-Pylori problem. And you do have specific antibiotics for it nowadays, which you can get your H-Pylori cleared. Always in modern science, we have an advantage when the pathogen is found. A word pathogen is for the coined to name those microorganisms which does not belong to us, which has come in. So they will find a specific antibiotic for it. They'll give it to you for a period of time. Then your H. pylori gets all right. It may come back to you if you are going to stick to that lifestyle. Okay. You understand? Okay. It may easily come back to you. So this is what is the basic concept of H. pylori. So it is your lifestyle. It is your way of life. Office going, this traveling a lot. You may travel 20 days in a month. You are forced to eat outside. You may go to a destination for 2-3 days, come back again, go to another destination for 3-4 days, staying in different hotels, eating in different places, attending meetings, having banquet food, all that kind of thing. So you keep on eating food from different sources, leads to H. pylori. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, doctor. That was a very good explanation. Hope the viewer who asked the question has cleared his doubt now. We have come to the end of this episode. If you have any medical or psychological related questions, please comment below. Please like, subscribe and share to the ones you care. Love you all.